Hello retail traders, I'm Washboardjim with a sneaky snake trading strategy where I like to talk about chart patterns, moving averages, and being in the now. And yesterday was one of the cleanest days for my strategy, and recognizing them days, on them clean days where chart patterns are just nailing it right and left, the volume's there, the news is there, and the calmness is there. I'm sitting here smothered around a bunch of bears, and I'm trying to trade these knives and these pullbacks. So I'm going to show you a good strategy. If you can recognize it as it's starting to flow, you might be able to get a good trade out of it. And yesterday morning, we had a nice little pop. We had a little drop. So we pulled back. Now these things here are called they're called crows. Each candle represents a crow, and they're called three black crows. So I'm sitting here watching the trade and calling it out and saying, hey, we got three black crows right at open. Might get a reversal. Then the next candle pops up, and it's an inverted hammer with a tweezer bottom. So we have the three black crows with a tweezer bottom that turns out and runs up to three white soldiers to the 50 SMA. These lines up here are moving averages. These are candlestick patterns. As I said, patterns, chart patterns, moving averages, and being in the now. So I was entrenched in this trade this morning. We had a tweezer top, pulls back to three black crows, a tweezer bottom with an inverted hammer with three white soldiers out of the trade. Another tweezer top, another three black crows with an inverted hammer. Jump in that trade, run it up to the 200 to the tweezer top. And that happened all day long. And when you're trading a SPY in the SPX, you could trade the SPX and make a lot more money out of it. Maybe spend a little bit more, but you can always adjust your share size. Like when I'm buying calls on the SPY, I'll usually get 5 or 10. And when I'm buying contracts of the SPX, I might just get 2 or 3. And then if it dips on me, I can double down and run it up. So that's called the three black crows and the three white soldiers. Here's the illustration of it right here. You can see three white soldiers come in, and you got some kind of reversal candle on the top. They usually consolidate, go to the side, or break out, or start pulling back to each one of these candles here. So these are your soldiers, and then you come in with the three black crows, and you could have a possible reversal play right after the three black crows. It depends on what kind of consolidation you get after that third crow. So you want to recognize them candles. If it's a long leg doji, or if it's a doji, or if it's an inverted hammer, or if it's a hammer, or if it's a tweezer bottom, or even a triple bottom from a previous support level. Let's see if we can find one here. So this is the 5 minute. And I'm going to go to the 5 day, 5 minute. And here you are, set up. Could be an inverse head and shoulders. Take the body of that candle there and run it to that. And you got an inverse head and shoulders, or you got a double bottom right there. And you can take and run this trend line all the way across. And you could call that a shoulder line and wait for the pullback and then jump in the trade and run it up. And that'd be the right shoulder of this head and shoulders right here. So there's your head, and there's your head, and your shoulder lines right here, your left shoulder line, straight across. Now on the 1 minute, yesterday, right at open, this is on the 1 minute. We had three black crows with an engulfing candle. Came back again with three black crows, and then you end up with a double bottom. You got two inverted hammers, kind of telling you that this thing's going to take off. Booms, takes off, runs up to a double top, you're out of the trade. Or up to the 200. So that was real clean too, and it was clean all day long. Tweezer bottom, boom, to the 200. Triple bottom, boom, to the 200. Tweezer bottom, to the 200. Tweezer bottom, to the tweezer top. Tweezer bottom, boom. That's the one I got in, man. I was so excited about that trade. And that was on the 1 minute, and I consolidated it from a triple bottom, quad bottom here, where we had that pullback. Wick, body, 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 wick, boom. And I jumped right in this trade. I was so excited to get in that candle, and I jumped right out of it. So that's it. That's the SPY. You just got to watch them candles. And these are 3 black crows. Keep an eye on them crows and see what pattern shows up right after it. 3 crows with an inverted hammer. You got 3 crows with a tweezer bottom. 3 crows with 2 inverted hammers and a spinning top. And then you got a tweezer bottom off these 3 black crows. So keep an eye. The theme is 3 black crows and 3 white soldiers for an exit idea. That's 3 engulfing candles on the 1 minute or the 5 minute time frame, or whatever time frame you use. You could use the weekly and have 3 black crows come in. And let's see if we can find that on here. This is the 3-year. So this is why I called the trade out on the SPY. You see, we had 3 black crows off the 50 SMA on the weekly time frame. So that was a solid support, and I pointed it out to everybody. Now we're sitting at a harmony. That's an inside candle of the previous day. So we can consolidate and find resistance of that previous week right around 668 something. Use the body of that candle, and support level will be the body of that candle this week, right around 648.10 at the lowest. As long as we hold the 50 SMA, we're okay. And that's it. This is a sneaky snake trading strategy. I just wanted to point out the 3 black crows and the 3 white soldiers, and double bottom, triple bottoms, just ideas of reversal plays. Have a good day. Washboard Jim.